for free. Unfortunately, my thoughts are colored by the fact that we know we can just skip right there, so we're not in danger on the road. It's like, sooner the better. But as to consequences, I imagine is part of your meaning.
If we consider it philosophically about what is full trade for undoing momentous ritual that was performed on her, then I think at the worst, no lives would be lost. By power of that will may be equivalent to the disfigurement it caused. So the question becomes, if that is all it is, how is still ready to pay that price? More than that, a destruction of some of the land, or the collapse of a building, or disfigurement of someone else, I don't know. How we still really take that risk? Now, I think that one could spiral out and determine that there is some small chance that any number of horrifying things could happen to somebody else, and to make that choice would be unconscionable. But for me, I believe that we should be the target of any of performing this action, and I believe that we entered into a compact with this companion of ours, promised to restore her, and she has helped us a great deal along the way, so I am willing to shoulder whatever price that may be, disfigurement or loss of power, because that is what I think they would want for the trial, to prove that they are trustworthy and can work with the creatures of other realms, especially the surface. So, I can justify this, I can rationalize this, and therefore I am willing to pay. I cannot ask that of others, but it is how I feel.
I suppose I do not understand how I could respond to how, but timing.
Timing, I would say, as I did, the sooner the better, because as you have explained to us, there is a recovery period, which I perhaps can help to ease with my lady's powers. And once we are to set ourselves to restore sleep, I think that is the time, which I believe you already had determined. So, not to tell you anything you already know, only to agree. But perhaps you can explain to me what you mean when you say how. My understanding is that we read the scroll.
Escalate here. We're pre-Escal. Poor thing hasn't been born yet. Return him to the womb. You want to word it so that we don't get fucked. Channel my inner Sam over here. I'm gonna channel my inner Sam over here. They use him. They do a lot of commune, and they've done a few. They've done a wish or two games, so they're always talking about how to perfectly word things. Living or dead. Are pure. What was it? Purely coincidence. Yeah, I attempted to separate like mind and body in the two parts of this wish. And I could add like a here and now in the present time, make sure, against your whole, well, she just sent back in time, it's all just gonna happen again. There. Yay. This is effectively simple transmutation, so cost is going to be equivalent to the cost of the ritual that made her a nightmare, I would think, if that. Somewhere in that ballpark. I was talking about the cost of it because we're not changing the timeline. We're not undoing what was done to her, like making it so it never happened. We're simply doing what was done to her in reverse. So the cost should be somewhere in the ballpark of the cost of the original ritual that made her a nightmare. Well, hence the wording about the memories being the one she wants. For all we know, she wants to remember that trauma so that, it, that is where I was going with that, yes. Yeah. The reverse Minotaur. Reverse Centaur. We got the reverse Centaur, which is great, but why can't we get a Centaur Tar? We need a Centaur Tar. Yes, I remember the Man. So you're just a normal person? Because Punnett squares? Yeah. Yay, Punnett squares. Those things are bullshit. Yo, yeah, I saw that one. I think that was poorly drawn lines. Meow. I mean, do we know if, because I had phrasing steps there, are they still, they seem to me to still be in the same purview, the same wish, but are they not? Do we know? Yay, lawyer speak. Are you sure? Are you completely certain? Do you want to look at it again? And then the proper DM responds, okay, if that's what you want. Out of my hands now. We know that you need an 18. We know that you need an 18. Yeah. Future, Miss Magic. Key? Yeah, it's Mr. Wish. Right. This is he's the one who wrote the wish. He wrote the scroll. He's just been waiting for us to use it. Just looking to Melissa. Right. Are we all like? Is this all in real time, or is this one of those extra temporal? Oh, okay. We're extra temporal, guys. Uh, Sorry. Yeah. This is the effect of the casting. I didn't notice it. I mean, then I'd just ask her before making the wish. Before stating the wish. I mean, right, you can ask her now. She's here with us. Yeah, I mean, I had just written it assuming we would find out if there was anything she disagreed with, but, I mean, now you just ask. And I'd keep it simple. You want your original form? Yes, no. I'm not sure we can deliver on that. Every form of everyone is revered or reviled by someone.
Order, in order to have the free will that she describes, she would have to have her form changed. Not thinking of the form's appearance, but uh, the binds of her creation need to be neither a fiend, nor an angel, nor a fae, as all of these things are uh, beholden to their nature. I was directed at everybody. When I believed that, Belisar was making points. So he's like, okay, well, then maybe we go in this direction with it. Right. Yes, I.
So in mechanical terms, we just want to change her creature type. She's pleased with the nightmare form. Aboleth. What's the second one? Oh, the Pegamare. But the Night Sus is okay. They are. Probably. Rolling the dice on it, huh? I do. I think as long as this wish is led to respect our desires and it is well worded, I am excited for her to become a shapeshifter. She might be excited about it too. I imagine that Nightmare is familiar with many potential forms of choices. Probably, but were it a concern, just thinking poetically, uh, creatures that are the most free tend to, we think of them as the ones that can fly. You know, the Pegasus, of course, but I'm thinking more mundane, some alien thing. Just as an alternative, just thought experiment. Nothing needs to be changed about what has been written.
If it tells us what it costs, it will increase the cost, and if we do not know the cost.
How would we know?
I am simply hopeful that the cost will be to our group, given that we are affecting only one other creature. I would not want to put a misfortune upon somebody unrelated to what we are doing.
Triple increase the cost.
Makes a sort of sense. It makes a sort of sense to yeah, we all entered into promise to Nightmare, and so we all must deliver on promise. At least that is the way that I choose to view it.
That's a good word for it, yeah.
Um, I will, I will accept my future as it comes without knowing it ahead of time.
Not anymore. It'll be fine, probably.
A, a divination wizard doesn't want to know the future?
Lose your writing hand. It's her writing hand. Wait, I had a question for him, damn it. I wanted to not be a distraction to the people who were very deeply in thoughts. That's why I didn't ask previous to now. Because I thought about it many times. I said, no, if I ask that now, she'll get distracted. And then, you know, I would like to ask a question unrelated to the wish we have made. Why does your footwear resemble a hair? Who's I have googly eyes. Your Ed. Hello. Bonjour. But you won't also won't be able to cook your food. I think that Roland is just going to side eye Melisari and he's going to smile at her. Going to mouth the word shapeshifter. Create food and water. I, I create a whole mess of gruel. She gets to be a Pegasus or a nightmare or a normal horse. Like she has a car? Where's the car? Well, as long as you are happy and have fulfilled our agreement to you, then I am happy. Cool. Bob. Yeah. Oh, come on. Celesta Bella Bethabel. Argo. Ooh, the other good horse name. Artax. I know that one. Just throw out horse names. I know that Abelard was a dog in another show I watched. Anyway, special week. Names of horses from the Kentucky Derby. Auto. Patu. I don't know that. That's dumb. I'm not surprised. Special Week is a real horse too. Potato. Ask people to name something. Bad at naming things. Well, oh yeah. Bodie McBoatface. The Horsey McNightmareface. They didn't want to upset Scotland. David Attenborough. Oh man, okay, I can see that. That would be awful and amazing. I haven't, but I know of it. Hun, Hun, Hun. Sterling Sparkles beard. Fuck off. Hmm. Actual. a shape-shifting horse that apparently now speaks common. Does she still have the last telepathy headband? Okay. She decided to speak in common, so, just had to check. Like, of course, another boat name came up, which was the Spirit of Adventure. Uh. Arbitria. Oh, I'm writing one down as a more serious thought. I was thinking of Latin word for will, which is arbitrium. Which sounds even more name-like. Work. What do you think, huh? All right, Arbitrea. You're 2 for 2. We all contributed. Pot 8 O's was a contribution. Oh, yeah, yeah. Franthony. It didn't make the list. But she just wants to be shiny on the inside. She wants to be all crinkly. Only in the about a half hour, but it was a good one. I was just like, do laps, do laps, do laps, do laps. Get tired. Try to do more laps. Alright, so we made our wish for form and a new name per her request. Means that when it turns, jump back to in the camp. Um, I guess we'll just get an answer to her question. If Arbitrea wanted to stay with us, or since now neither of us owes the other anything, she's free to do as she pleases. So she does not have to continue traveling with us if she doesn't feel like it. Like, totally free to go. She was sticking around for this to happen. I believe that he has. Yeah, I know for a fact that he has told them that as recently as Cloudspire said. My business here is to deliver this item to Eskel, and that I'm going to find ways to serve my goddess, which may involve coming back to Cloudspire to help Life and Death. That's sweet. Righty. They're friends. I do. Yeah. And we don't know what it cost us either, but that's a problem for another day. Mhm. All right. So you're Biak. Biak. Miak. Miak. Is it Miak? They pronounce it Miak in the movie I'm referencing. Oh, gotcha. That makes sense. No. I was referencing a scene from one of the Ernest Halloween movie where they were fighting monsters, and they found an old book that told them the monster's weakness, which was M I blank K. It had been scratched out, and so Ernest, being the incredible genius he is, goes and finds this item that is their weakness, and it's Miak, M-I-A-K. And he shows this to the monster. He's like, I'm going to defeat you with this. And the monster's like, I don't know what the hell that is. Because, of course, it was supposed to be milk. Also could have been acceptable. Just had to not be whatever Ernest had. I think that I think that Esco's going to look over, and now Nightmare, isn't a nightmare. Now, I don't want to undermine your struggle toward health here, but Roland can simply cast Greater Restoration to give you your strength back. Okay, so if you don't want that, you won't do it. But he has offered. Woo. The power of the Dark Lady restore you to your former glory, Belisari. Of course. You regain your strength. What? Did you throw up? Woo. So, we were discussing things that the party do to assist the army of Bahamut for Vambrace. Right. Yes, we. That one seemed to make Melisari uncomfortable. how's Relion doing? Hmm. Does seem in getting reattuned to that sword. Hmm. But what if a good dragon shows up? Evil dragon. We get to the final battle. Everybody's just like, all right, guys, we're ready to take on the Master of the Mountain. What the fuck is that? Yeah. This is massively blurred out. You're like, I I guess we fight it. Oh God. Oh no. How do you look? If you just see it like on the ground over there, then okay, I get that. But if you have picked it up, there's no excuse at that point. Like, latex does not feel like a natural material. Mushrooms. I Sure, yeah, silicone. Yes, I said latex. But yes, rubber. Reasonably so. You're right. It is some mixture of silicone, not latex. They probably specifically don't have latex in them, actually, since people have latex allergies. In the case of gloves, latex is used just because it's a tougher material and it has higher tensile strength. But the problem is the allergies, so that's why we have nitrile gloves. But I'm sure, used nitrile gloves and seen that they tear much more easily. Yeah. So, oh, yeah, yeah. Do you reuse nitrile gloves? I've never reused nitrile gloves. Go through boxes faster. No, I have a box of nitrile gloves here. Another glove. Yeah, every time. I use nitrile gloves a lot because I work with messy stuff. Uh, nice. No letter genies. What's the Chinese? It's true. I actually checked if there's anybody in the chat and getting laughing at our conversation. No, we're fine. So we are gathered up. We were just discussing what we can contribute to the defense of the Silver Van Brace, and Eskel was there being a little baby Eskel guy. Yeah, just looking over like she was a nightmare earlier. Now she just looks like a normal horse. Yeah. When she appeared at the door to Dirk, it was nightmare. Poof. Well, we can't we have no need to retcon it because she can still do nightmare stuff. Arbitraria. As a Pegasus. It is fun. Tell me how you really feel. Such convenient thought reading headbands. So, yes, we were swapping stories. We had taught Eskel what a heist and a casino were because he'd never heard those words before. Would never had a reason to know what either of those things were. Poor innocent little man. It's true. Aurelion was very excited to tell everyone about it. Notice that notice that Roland has very much not offered any stories about his activities in Cloudspire. No one else, like Eskel, doesn't know what he was doing in Cloudspire. He was perfectly happy to let Aurelion distract everyone with the stories of the heist so that he didn't have to talk about it and scar your little baby boy. Thank you for protecting my honor, Asai. Yes. Because, because my private things are indeed private. But, indeed, we did come here to make the delivery, to chat with your friend, and offer what support goings out here might be necessary, should maybe, but descending may sound like things were quieter a week or so ago. That has not remained the case. I'm talking to myself, aren't I? I need to answer that. Yeah, hold on. I can't just throw leading questions out there like that for the DM to answer. That's my character. This one's more like a helmet. Shoe? Oh, shoe. Yeah. God, shoe. He just wore a shoe on his head. Anyway. Um. Unfortunately, that is true. Things were relatively quiet. A little skirmishes here and there. Larger battle much longer ago. Uh, but unfortunately, what was it? Perhaps a week ago, um, the mountain became active again, and fire elementals began to pour forth from it. And that is why you see the much smaller force here, the many empty tents, empty tables around us. We had to remove many of our casualties to locations where they could be better treated. Cloudspire, Arcosia. Some needed to be returned via teleportation back to the Isle of Heaven, where it was serious enough. And so we are in a weakened state. And unfortunately, the flow of fire elementals has not dwindled appreciably since it began. I am not on fire duty. My shift is in a few hours. And I am only hopeful that it is an easier shift than the last one, and that nothing more dramatic decides to happen. Which is why it'll be important for us to inform Command what it is that you can contribute so that they can strategize around it. I imagine Dirk should be on his way back. That one is a leap for the DM. Okay. He's got little legs. Got a big head, tiny arms, and I don't think thought this plan all the way through. Ah, there he is. Dirk. You have word from command, come to collect the group? Alright then. Skull's going to rise and fall into step with Dirk, and just sort of swing his head, gesture to the others. Let this focus. So I think, like, when Dirk leaves that suggestion hanging in the air and Roland comments on it, he's gonna kind of, like, pass a glance over his shoulder, just, like, raising an eyebrow very seriously at Belisari, and then very minutely shake his head back and forth. Of course. Don't be late for our shift later, Dirk. Going to move across the room. And he's going to stop by the table and, very, like, snap off a salute, straightening up a lot, the clink of his armor in this sudden motion. And he says, Commander Droko? Indeed they are. I know them, so I can vouch for them, but I'm certain you wish to hear of their abilities firsthand, sir. I think Roland will make eye contact with the others and over the telepathic bond say, Shall I start? If it will make you more comfortable, I will speak first. I think that he's been aware that this is not your favorite thing to talk about. Prospect of this has bothered you, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. Roland's gonna. Hmm? Roland's gonna step up to the table and kind of give an approximation of the salute that Eskel did, though he only saw it from behind. He's just going to do his best at it. He's going to say, Commander Droko, you may call me Roland.
I hail from the nation of Elysium, uh, and I am recently come into favor of my goddess Illustre, and work for her as a cleric. That gives command of magic spells with the capability to heal and to enhance the abilities of your soldiers and my allies. I also possess the capability to commune with agents of the gods to gain insight, current and perhaps future events. So more specifically, past. And a bind, I can go directly on the power of Stray. Turn the tide of our battle, should it be necessary. I have fallen into the life domain, giving command of improved healing spells, and I am capable of casting 7th level spells now. Oh, only 11th level, excuse me, 6th level. I'm only 11th level. I forgot. I thought I was 13th for some reason. Okay, 6th level spells. I heard hangry, which made it funnier. No, I liked it. I want to learn, just like, this is how we actually learn that it turns out his rage occurs only when he's actually hungry because he's getting angry.
last when we passed through Cloudspire, we ended up in a grand Coliseum-like tournament, and Aurelion single-handedly defeated a paladin capable of casting the fifth-level spells. Death was a paladin capable of casting 5th level spells, which means he was a very powerful paladin. Just adjust your glasses at him. uh, I think that Eskel, who's at parade rest off to the side, seeing you glance toward him, is going to sort of incline his head towards you a little. Like his face is, he seems unconcerned. Um, so it just seems like he's treating this as like standard operating procedure. He's not giving you any. His posture and his expression don't give you any reason to believe that anything will happen to items that you list off. Oh, the sword. Okay, so if yeah, sorry if I misinterpreted that. If you're looking at him, sharing this glance that he should recognize as worry about the sword, then I think he would recognize that and nod at you, in a manner that says, yes, you should bring that up. This is the time. In over the telepathic bond, you're going to hear Roland says, make sure that you are explicit that it is all dragons, say, chromatic and metallic, both. I think it was anything that has the creature type dragon, right? Which is, I don't, dragon, do dragon turtles have the creature type dragon? Then maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm totally wrong then. think that Roland's going to kind of shift in his stance to draw your attention, and he'll be raising his eyebrows, indicating he would like to say something.
Um, no one is currently attuned. I broke the curse when one of our number was driven to attack a silver dragon.
No. So one could say it did after the curse was broken.
When we explained the nature of the sword to her, and she became interested in understanding its mechanism, and did intentionally, minorly injure herself with it before returning it to our care, believing we could be trusted with it.
I think I think Roland's gonna like snap out his shield and ignite his spirit blade. Just be like, just minor things like this. Seeing the guard react and like look like he might like be ready to tackle me to the ground if I were to do something untoward, he's gonna like douse the spirit blade and return the hilt to his belt, putting his hands, palms out, like, no, I'm not doing anything. referring to you, Aurelian? I know what I have left. I was gonna give Aurelian a chance. Forgot about the band of warding. uh, oh, yeah. Um, he'll pull the bag off of his belt and shake it and roll and will say, bag of holding containing our funds, supplies, healing potions, and the like. We have several magical healing potions and enhancement potions, but not enough to supply a army entrenched as yourselves. Going to unsling the quiver, setting it, on the war table there, laying it down so that the gems in it glint. This is a special piece of plagues picked up from the Aegis Tower, I believe, on Elysium. Have not yet found every type of precious stones that can power it, but it draws a magic from these stones to enchant the arrows that you fire, at least temporarily, in some cases expending the stone, other cases simply tapping it temporarily to give you elemental arrows. Mine is capable of, according to my notes, fusion. Alright, I have, according to this, I've put 5 stones to it. And we have fire, we have thunder, acid. So I've only got those 3 listed. So I have 2 stones that we didn't uncross out on here, and I'm not recalling. Let me check my notes to see if I took a note of what I put in. That would be a smart thing to have done. Fired an acid arrow. I have a note that I fired an acid arrow. No. I don't have a note on what those other 2 are, though they may have been ones that you were determining. Dice rolls or such. according to my note here, I have found 5 unique stones to put in, but your description has crossed out like all the ones I didn't have, but it has crossed out two too many. But I don't know which ones those two should be. Right. Right. So like the starting description here says I have fire, thunder, and acid, but I should have two more at this point. I mean, I do technically have a diamond, so which I've been using for other things, but it seems like the diamond could be used to gain force arrows. I have my pitted diamond. That rings a bell. Okay, so I guess my answer would be no, I don't have cold. But I do have the ability to fire, which does not help you. Lightning, thunder, uh, acid, and pearl is radiant, and rose quartz is psychic. Probably choose. Probably choose psychic because he can do radiant himself. So rose quartz, psychic. Okay. And this is one that I haven't gotten as much use out of recently, so I think that's like just in terms of really trying to help this army out. He's he feels like he's been sufficient with his other weapon and his spells, so he would kind of be putting this on the table to say like you can give this to your one or more of your archers to draw from because I won't need it during a battle. It's true, he is. And then he wouldn't have to be in the front lines, oh baby. He's already got enough scars. The precious stones that it would installed into it would be sapphire, blue in color. That I know of, unless the DM tells me otherwise. It should be of good quality, but I could not tell you the monetary value. It is minimally required. You would simply have to, if you had one on hand, install it and see if it takes effect. reach forward and take it and reclaim the quiver from the table. I think that covers all of the. Well, okay, it doesn't. Still have the spear. Javelin of lightning. Yeah, the Sparky Sparky Boom Spear. Combustion Spear. Yeah, so he'll, after taking this note and the quiver back, he'll, seem to kind of remember. He'll go, oh, and he'll open the bag of holding and just start drawing out this spear. It just keeps coming and just keeps coming out of this tiny bag on his hip. And as he, finally extracts the last of its length, he's gonna twirl it, and it's gonna like become lightning. Like the actual shaft and everything are gonna kind of like almost seem to disappear in the movement of this twirl, and it'll look like he's holding a lightning bolt for a second before he like strikes it down, so the butt of the spear hits the ground, and it becomes, a rigid metal object again. This lightning javelin. Once per day, it has the power to become a lightning bolt, striking everything between the thrower and his target, and causing lightning to strike the target in addition. But then it must recharge overnight. He's now actively like checking pockets and things. So, the stuff worth mentioning. Everything else I have are healing potions, which I mentioned in general. I mean, I didn't mention my amulet of the devout, but I didn't see a need to. Does he expect me to? Okay. So yeah, he's checking his pockets and just like tapping different parts of his armor, and then you see him like come to his sternum a couple times. He goes, "Oh," and he kind of like pulls the gorget out a little and extracts a symbol of Illustrae. I carried this amulet with me for years, but when I was finally called by Illustrae, she seemed to bless it as well. And as long as I carry it, it improves the effectiveness of the spells I channel through her. Extra use of my channel divinity. Hard for me to speak to that because I came from a place that is equal parts ravaged by extensive war and flush with the power of the gods. Such items are perhaps common. My character's all done, guys. You guys got anything else? or in-depth perception. Not powwow. A meeting of the minds. A sit down. Tough conversation. Okay. What's going on? Uh, at 6th level, clerics gain Word of Recall. I will point out that Eskel has Word of Recall with his holy symbol, which command should know about. And I have. That's it. Poof. I am back in the Underdark. Fuck! I don't. So, because this says previously designated sanctuary, I think that even if I prepared it, he wouldn't be able to use it right now because he has not been to a designated, or a sanctuary of Illustrated that he could have designated. Unless you, like, retroactively counted, like, just the place where he has been supporting the few drow that he's gotten out of the Underdark as a sanctuary of Illustrated, because by definition it is that. I think that that's not unreasonable. So, yeah. Recalling yourself to the location. So, I don't. You would have to tell me if. I don't know how much it matters, but Eskel probably changed the designation for his Word of Recall, since I don't think would. He would have been more useful if he could just send him quickly back to Arcosia or to Cloudspire, rather than all the way back to Elysium. Okay. Reasonable. I mean, he could even, if they've built a sanctuary to Bahamut here, which they likely would have if they're housing clerics and paladins, he might also designate this place just so that he could be anywhere and just instantly come here. That's another way. Yeah. Yeah. I think with just the way that Eskel thinks about things and the tactics and strategies he tries to have, he would probably have made this the recall point, so that if anything bad was happening to in the Silver Band Race over the weeks he's been in this area, he would be able to get there instantly. choosing to have longer travel away from it, but to be able to get back to it instantly. Anyway. So I guess the answer, at least for as far as Roland is concerned, is no on the teleportation. But he is playing our ally. Yeah. we did not list our wealth among our assets for very specific reasons. Yeah, that we weren't asked to donate money. We were asked to donate arms. I mean, for now. Anyway, I can. I don't want. He doesn't want to speak for other people. And they were talking about the higher level spells. He assumed cleric. To the plan. This time we spent all of our planning time coming up with a horse name, and we got a good one. If she wants to be. Yeah. Yeah. Now, fingers crossed that don't happen. Alright then. Well then. When we see you. Bye, stream.